Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now, as you can see, I am out on location. I've been true to what I said I would do in the previous video. I am in Buttermere right now. I've just done a little bit of walking. I've been taking some pictures and a couple more sort of sample videos, all that kind of thing. And I've picked my location. I would have been a little bit more further down towards the start because the view was a little bit better than what it is at the moment, but I'm happy enough to settle for this. So I've got some titles here in front of you guys. This is actually a haul and talk, as you can tell from the title of the video. But yeah, I thought a bit of a location video here for you guys. So the first thing I have got for you is a movie that I wasn't expecting to find. Now, I don't know whether this was done as a pilot episode or what, I'm not entirely sure, but this is I didn't even know this existed. This is Airwolf the movie. Really looking forward to checking this out. I think I might have seen this, I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, I grew up with Airwolf as a kid, watching Knight Rider and all that on the Saturday afternoons, and it was usually on around about a similar time, maybe just a little bit later on in the afternoon. But I loved this series when I was growing up, especially Knight Rider as well with David Hasselhoff. I'll have to get that series as well, just to complete things. I'm a bit of a completionist, as you can tell from some of the things that I've talked about in my room tour videos. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to checking that out. So if anyone's seen this, let me know what you think of it down in the comments. It'll be absolutely awesome, it really would. I'm going to put these back in my bag as I'm going through them. The next one I have is a movie that I've seen, but only as the remake that came out in the I think it was the early 2000s, and that is The Flight of the Phoenix. This is the original one from 1960 with Richard Attenborough and James Stewart. Really looking forward to watching this. I've not seen it. Like I say, I've seen the remake and I thought it was okay, but when I heard it wasn't original, I thought I'm going to have to go and find that. It's taken me a while to find it, so yeah, that's me. That's it in my possession now. The next, hello there. The next title I've got for you guys is season 2 of Homeland. Like you already know, I've already got season 1 in my possession. I still haven't gotten round to watching it yet, so I'm looking forward to catching up on that as and when I can. And the next one is John Wick 2. Keanu Reeves. I've got the first one. I'm halfway through watching it. I had to stop it though because I was getting tired and I couldn't quite follow what was happening because of how tired I was. But I'll probably watch that one first, and I'll probably watch the first one tonight, and then I'll stick this one on my next day off, which is Sunday. Yeah. Next one I have is Michael Fassbender and Kelly Riley in Eden Lake. This is a really interesting watch, guys. This is about a group of teenagers that terrorise these two, Kelly Riley and Michael Fassbender, as a couple, down in a lake, obviously. This is one of those films that could make people frightened to come down to a lake and camp out at night. Yeah, but like I said, it is quite cool. Well, hello here.
Rana.
Got some poochies. We have 2 dogs. Hello.
Hi. She's a scavenger, so watch.
All right. Oh, I've eaten. It's all right. I've eaten it all.
Here, come on. Keep putting her on the lead, and then just round the corner there's somebody else having a picnic.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. I wasn't quite expecting that. I thought they were gonna come and just get in the way of everything there, but luckily they didn't. Luckily and obviously they didn't really. So yeah, that's Eden Lake, everybody. Really cool film. You should check it out. The next one is a movie that I was told after I bought it is actually out of print, which is why I paid so much for it. It's a really cool film with Gabriel Byrne in it. I really don't remember who else is it. The other names in this. That is Ghost Ship. There's not really an awful lot I can say about this film really, other than if you haven't seen this and you like your ghost stories, this is one to watch for definite. It's absolutely awesome. Next one we have is the movie adaptation of Jeffrey Deaver's The Bone Collector with Angelina Jolie and Denzel Washington. Another really cool film here. It's one of my favourite Denzel Washington movies of the many ones that I like of his. But yeah, really cool film, really worth watching if you haven't seen that. The next one is Tom Hardy's Bronson. Now then, this particular film it's a bit of an odd film, but it was a film that sort of put Tom Hardy on the map. This was done after he played Shinzon in Star Trek Nemesis. It didn't really go very well noticed until this film came out, which is actually quite odd because the Star Trek franchise is massive. How it didn't get an awful lot of recognition from Star Trek, I really don't know. But this was the film that pretty much put him on the map. And it's such a good film. It's odd. It's a pretty odd film, to say the least. It's a bit out there. If you're going to go into this, you need to go into it with a bit of an open mind. But Tom Hardy plays the notorious prisoner. His real name is Michael Peterson, but it goes by the name of Charles Salvador. He changed his name first from Michael Peterson to Charles Bronson, which was actually, if I remember correctly, somebody had recommended him to do that for whatever reason. I really do not know. You'll find everything on the internet about the guy though, but he was a notorious prisoner, and he did actually deserve to have a film made about him, to be honest, because he's a really interesting character. So that is Bronson, everybody. Yeah, he took his name Charles Salvador from the painter Salvador Dali, his favourite painter. He's one of my favourite painters as well. I liked his work. I did like his work. But yeah, you really check this out, guys. If you like your prison movies, this is another one you should have in your collection if you haven't got it already. Really cool film, and Tom Hardy, like I say, is absolutely fantastic in it. The next movie I have is Nicolas Cage's Knowing. Now, I really like this film. I didn't like the last 10 minutes of it. I thought it just was so rushed. I mean, yeah, the concept of this film was really cool. It was kind of on the same lines as Signs, but I think it was done a little bit better than Signs. Not by much though, but it was. But like I say, I really enjoyed it. The next movie I have, there was some more dogs there. Excuse me for pausing there for a minute. The next movie I have is Bryan Singer's Valkyrie with Tom Cruise. I think this is probably Tom Cruise's best film in the last God, yeah, in the last 10 years, and it is 10 years since this was done as well. I love this character in this. This film follows the story of the attempted assassination of Adolf Hitler during World War II. It does have quite a good lineup of actors in this as well. It's got Terence Stamp, Tom Wilkins, and Bill Nighy and Kenneth Branagh. Yeah, like I say, it's a great film. I can't really tell you an awful lot about it. Like I say, I've already given you the premise of the plot anyway. But if you've not seen this is one film you really should check out. Like I say, it's probably one of Tom Cruise's best films. This, I'm not that much of a die-hard fan of Tom Cruise as it is anyway. I think he's too much of a typecast actor. But this was probably the one film that really does stand out in terms of Tom Cruise anyway. And the last one I have is Clint Eastwood's brilliant Mystic River with Kevin Bacon, Lawrence Fishburne, Tim Robbins and Sean Penn. Again, another really great film. It's been a long time since I've seen this, so I can't remember much about the story, so I'm just going to have to leave it at that, guys. So that is my buys for today and for the month. Actually, I'm going to do this monthly. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the stuff that I've talked about. If you can make a comment about any of these titles when you can make a comment on any of the titles that I've talked about. Now I've got a bit of a question for you guys. I've got 3 reviews on the go here. Now I've not got round to writing them up completely, so what I was thinking was, this is what I've been to see so far. I've seen Solo, A Star Wars Story, Deadpool 2, and more recently, in the last couple of days, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So this is what I'm going to do. I've not written them up properly. To be honest with you, I've not even started properly writing them up yet. So if you'd like a review on any of these, let me know which one you would want me to start off with first, and then I'll probably follow up with my next video being a review on the one that you selected, on the one you want the most. So that would be absolutely awesome. I hope you like this video. I hope you like my choice of where I decided to do it. Okay guys, this is where this video ends. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is where I was actually going to do my initial recording of the talk over the Blu-rays. I think it's such a better place than when I was set up. So thanks so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you like, make a comment on any of the stuff that I've talked about, and I'll see you next time. So here's a collage of pictures leading on down to the lake. It was an absolutely awesome day. It really was here. Here we have the corner of where I'd turn off, go down to Buttermere. It also goes to Crummock Water, which I'll get to. There's the path that leads down the lake. You can just see it through the trees there. Now, obviously, you can see we're almost at the shoreline, and now heading up to a great picture of Buttermere, looking out over onto the hills in the distance. Bridge and stream. This stream connects the two lakes, Buttermere and Crummock Water, which is roughly about 1.5 miles further down the road from where I am. And now we're on the other side, connecting on to, almost leading up to here where I did my haul and talk, and now just a quick spin round to get a shot of the bottom end, and finishing off with a great panoramic from the middle of the lake. So I'm at a section now at the moment, guys, where we're having to where they've actually closed a section of the walk off, where there's a particular bird that comes here called the sandpiper that comes to nest, and we can't go through this way because because obviously they're nesting, but they're very prone, but they're very vulnerable to being disturbed by us and animals around in the area. It's a really nice area. Once this is open, it'll be open back up again in at the end of June, from what I can make out on this picture down here. But yeah, we're looking forward to seeing what. I'll be looking forward to getting back onto this part of the path again, and I might come back here in another video to go along this bit, because there's a section of this walk that goes along here and it cuts up round the other side of the lake, and it brings us out near to where I was when I spoke about the blue rays. So I'm definitely going to go now, guys, so I'll see you next time.